Hi YouTube, it's X to Talk, and today I will be reacting to a true crime video called Cop's Wife Realized He Knows About Her Affair by Red Tree Crime, so big ups to them. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like it, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Onwards with the video.
On emergency, do you need police, fire, or paramedics?
I'm saying police. I'm driving north on Linda, and there was three gunshots at the Walgreens, and there were when I drove by, there were two people down, two males and one female.
When police arrived at the Walgreens parking lot, they were met with a chaotic and devastating scene. Two men were lying on the ground.
I am streaming. I'm reacting to a video now. Now you interrupting the reaction. Now I gotta yap. He's doing sign language, like if I understand sign language. So, side note, I have my Dunkin' coffee. Hey, it's watered down. Don't mind that. Mind your business. But I have it. That's all that matters.
Both suffering from gunshot wounds. One of them, Emmett Corrigan, was pronounced dead at the scene. The other was Deputy Robert Hall, who was still alive, but gravely injured. Nearby, Robert's wife, Candy Hall, appeared physically unharmed. She was found sobbing over her husband's body, telling officers she had just witnessed everything unfold. A handgun was discovered only a few feet away, and investigators quickly determined it was the only weapon at the scene. Robert was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment. Meanwhile, Candy was escorted to the police department.
Oh, she looked
and
devastated.
She was placed into an interrogation room
mind.
to give her account of what had just happened. Before the detectives sit down with Candy, they decide to stop at the hospital to see if Robert could tell them his side of the story.
Do you remember what happened to you, bud? And what happened at Walgreens?
My wife.
Your wife?
Where's her wife?
She's safe. Was she with you?
Yes. Her car was next door.
Did she
Why does man sound like that? Like he's barely talking. Like, hello? Use your big boy words, big boy voice. What's going on?
meet you there?
Yes.
Did you go there to meet somebody, or did you go there to buy something?
No, my daughter said my wife was there.
Your daughter told you that your wife was there?
Yes.
Hey Rob, do you remember there being an altercation or anything with anybody?
Yes, there was another guy there.
There was another guy there?
Yes.
What happened with the other guy?
He fought.
He fought with you?
Yes.
Over what?
Uh-oh.
Wife.
Over your wife? What happened during the fight, Rob? You don't know?
Did you know this guy that you fought with over your wife?
Wait, so okay, so this is the husband, right? So was it the other guy that passed? That got murdered? I honestly was not paying attention. And I thought I was. But I'm actually confused. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's her boss.
It's her boss?
What was the fight?
No, it's the boss! You know what? It always is the boss, isn't it? No, but that's crazy. That is crazy.
What about, Rob?
Wife. He shot me. I think in the neck.
Investigators were unable to get any more information from
okay.
Robert. However,
Okay, I would like to take back everything I said about this man and his voice. He did get shot in the neck. And now it's making sense on why he's talking the way he's talking. He's probably in pain right now, honestly. So you know what? That's my fault. I didn't know. I didn't read the room. Now it's making sense. I'm sorry.
Were able to confirm that the firearm found at the scene belonged to his wife, Candy. So the question was, how did two men get shot with the same gun, and what led to the shooting? In order to get more answers, detectives begin their interview with Candy. At this point, Candy has no idea if her husband is dead or alive.
Oh God! Oh God, please, God, please. How long have you and your husband married? 17 years.
17 years.
He works for a county sheriff. Oh, he does? He's a deputy? How did all three of you guys end up at the Walgreens?
She got caught up.
Well, I didn't know he was there, and I went and got my prescription. And then when I was leaving out there, we had a big case. We've been doing really well at work, and we started talking. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some gas," and I know his wife and his 5 kids. And I said, "Oh, okay."
Candy claims she went to Walgreens to pick up her medication when she saw her employer, Emmett Corrigan, also picking up medication of his own. Candy was a paralegal, and Emmett was a lawyer. Candy tells detectives that they were working on
Oh my god. Scared me. I was so locked into the video. Bestie Westie. I hydrate with coffee. My water is like all the way on the floor and I don't feel like getting it. Oh, she said no, yo. Okay, I will grab my water. You know what? No, this is a good thing. This is the whole point. This is the whole point. Gotta stay hydrated. Water. Cheers. Alright, back to the video.
so they could discuss the case further. When they returned to Walgreens, her husband was there waiting.
We drove back, and Rob was there at Walgreens, and I knew that because my daughter had called, and Rob called me earlier, and
Wait. Bro, this girl's lying already? We just got here. Did she not just say, oh, I didn't know that he was here? She didn't know that that guy was there because we just happened to both end up picking up our prescriptions, but now she's saying that her daughter knew that he was there? Or she's talking about her husband. Girl.
And oh god. We were all talking outside, and I said, I'm gonna go. The girls were calling me. And I had my keys in my hand, I had my purse. I turned around and I heard pop, pop, pop. And I didn't know what it was. And I was like, what? And I turned around and I hear Emmett go, and kind of like, and he fell. And then I looked over Rob, and he's on the ground, and blood all over him. I was like, oh my god. So I went over and I put my hand on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. He's gotta be okay. I'm sure he will. Oh god. Please God, please God.
The officer watching Candy leaves the room to check and see where the detectives are that are supposed to be interviewing her. While the officer is away, she receives an update on Robert's condition.
He's stable condition.
Oh god.
The gunshot wound didn't penetrate anything, so he's talking to the other officer right now. So
Thank you so much.
he's doing okay right now.
Oh god. Please.
It's just me, or like that seems kind of like dragging it. Like it's not as empathetic as I feel like it should be. Like I would have been bust down tears, crying on the floor, thanking God, hallelujah, because I feel like she's not doing enough. Like maybe she really did do it. I don't know. Like
like you said he thought it was just kind of a scratch mark. They kind of just grazed the top of his head. So.
Oh god.
Okay. So I'll give you some more information when I get it.
Like-
okay? Detective should be here.
like she sounds like she's panicking right now instead of like sad. She sounds like she's panicking. Girl, what you got going on?
30 minutes to talk to you. All right.
When do I not get to can I talk to Rob?
Not for a little while. Not until this is all being investigated, so it's gonna be a little while.
Right.
Where was Rob at when you guys went and got gas and you guys pulled up? Was he?
Okay, Rob's the husband.
He was sitting in his truck.
And he just got out, and he and I, we've not been good, but we've been talking about splitting and stuff.
Oh, is that a motive? Is that a motive I hear? Y'all was in good terms? Mm.
Long 3 years, and but not anymore. So he was very, 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 very jealous of well, not very jealous, I don't say that. He was just upset about my actions lately, which is basically I just had enough. And
Her actions?
and being younger and good looking, whatever. He assumed, which he's been assuming for like 7 months, that we were having some toward affair, which is not true. I actually know his wife and his kids,
right.
and they've been in my work and everything, but Rob didn't want to hear that.
Despite their age difference and the fact that Emmett was married with 5 children, the police would later find emails between Emmett and Candy, proving that they had been having a very serious relationship for quite some time.
And he was upset.
Girl, you was calm 4K. They already know what's going on. They already know what's going on. But the man got a wife and 5 kids? And we're cheating? And I mean, she's cheating too. She got kids of her own. They not separated yet, but like, that's not crazy.
When he got out of the truck and he was talking to Emmett, and they kind of had words, but that was it. And then this car drove by. I turned around to walk back to my car. Car drove by, and I heard this pop up, and I just walked. Oh God. And then I see Emmett on the ground, and I see Rob on the ground, and I just freaked out.
As one would.
I'm hoping, praying, they have cameras outside of Walgreens in that parking lot. They do. From what I understand, they do, so.
It turns out that Walgreens did have cameras, and the detectives quickly gained access to them. The first video shows Candy arriving at Walgreens, where she would get into Emmett's truck and leave. While they're gone, we see Robert's truck pulling in, and the deputy getting out. He enters the store like a man on a mission. He walks down the aisles looking for his wife. When he realizes she isn't there, he goes back out to his truck, and he waits for them to return. Unfortunately, there were no cameras where the shooting took place, and since Candy is a sole eyewitness, it's important that she is interviewed, and hopefully she can explain how 2 men were shot with a single gun.
Nah, so she was having a little sneaky link. She was doing a little sneaky link, and the husband knew and was trying to catch her in the act. He ain't been knew 7 months ago, babes. He was trying to catch you and get proof. Now that's insane. That is insane.
We've got a whole bunch of detectives out.
Ooh, second detective.
Piecing this together. Okay. And are you good with talking with us right now? I mean, you got brought down here as a witness, and the way I'm looking at this is...
Not him pulling up. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he meant business, yo.
You know, are you willing to voluntarily talk to us and tell us what happened tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would imagine it was a horrible event. You work in a law office.
Look at her contemplating her life.
Please help us put this together as best as we can. We'll match statements with evidence. I mean, you know how police work goes, I guess.
know. I do it all day long.
Okay. Where does this thing start?
Basically, at home.
Who's all involved tonight?
It would be Robert, my husband, and Emmett Corrigan, who is my boss and friend. Rob, my husband, has...
Maybe that's more than a friend.
He has had a really hard time, and no fault to him or anything, but with me working with Emmett being younger and, you know, this aggressive attorney, and I have been working with him since October, and he got jealous at a point, but we were bad in our relationship, so all those emotions came mixing it. So when I went and got gas at Fred Meyer with Emmett, and then we were driving back, and my daughter called me, and she said, "Mom, where are you?" I'm on my way back. I told her I was with Michelle. And I was my best friend Michelle, because I didn't want to tell her who I was with.
She didn't want to tell her because she knew he was getting it on with Mr. Man, Mr. Boss Man. She didn't want to get caught up. Why would she tell her daughter what she doing? But, girl, I hope she gets sent to jail. I hope she does.
She told her dad, I could hear her saying, she's with Michelle. But I said, I have to pick up my car at Walgreens. Okay, because that's where it is. I left my car at Walgreens.
Okay.
And I said, we're just driving around, is what I told Hannah on the phone. Michelle and I are driving around. Dad and I have had a bad night, and I'm talking to Michelle. That's what I said. So then Rob called.
Good excuse.
And he calls me, and I pick up, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I am out." And he said, "Are you out with Emmett?" And I said, "I am." And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "We're just talking." And then Emmett goes, "Let me talk to him." And so Emmett got on the phone, and he said, Rob were talking about, and Rob must have said something like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "We're just talking about life. That's all." And
Oh no.
and then Emmett got really upset with Rob on the phone and said something like, "Break your head" or something like that. And I looked at him and I kind of hit him on the shoulder and I go, "What are you doing?" And I grabbed the phone and I said, "I'll be there in just a second." And so when we pulled up, he parked the way he was, and Emmett got out of the truck, and I got out, and I stood there, and Rob came up, and Emmett's a very aggressive man.
You see, Emmett, why are you playing with your life like that? Okay, you already know you fake caught up. Okay? But why are you putting your life in danger? Like, why are you speaking on highs? Like, why are you acting like you big shot? Like, I'm so confused. Like, you in the wrong, buddy. You in the wrong, buddy. Like, it doesn't matter what they got going on at home. It don't matter what they got going on. I'm not gonna lie. This might sound crazy. He was asking to get shot if he was talking to him like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
He bodybuilds, so he's really pumped up all the time, and
that makes sense. You see, he's big and strong. He think he big and mighty, could say whatever he wants. Maybe dodge this bullet. That's what he said. Dodge this bullet. You can't. It don't matter how strong you are. You ain't gonna get past the bullet. Yo. Oh no.
He got like this close up into Rob's face, and I remember, and I go, "Hey, knock it off. This is ridiculous." And then they
knock it off.
Some words about Emmett was, trying to down Rob, and I looked at him and knock it off. And,
what you mean by down him?
This
like,
is enough. Let's all be adults here and just leave. It's whatever. Emmett said, "What are you gonna do, Rob? You gonna hit me?" And I was, "I'm not gonna hit you. I can do anything, And I said, "Okay, look, I'm leaving." And the next thing I knew is this car went by me, and I don't know where it went. I waited for this car to go by, and I said, "Okay, I need to go. Hannah's at home. She just called me." And I turned around and walked to my car, and I hear pop, pop, and then pop. And that's all I heard. And I turned around, and both of them are laying on the ground. What in the world? I didn't even know what the pop, pop was.
It almost sounds like Balloon. She didn't know what the pop pop was. What else is it gonna be? But you know what? Maybe she was in a Walgreens parking lot. Anything could be happening. But you see, he said, "What you gonna do about it?" That's fighting words. That is fighting words, Emmett. Like, you really was asking for it. What you gonna do? Man's pulled up. He said, "Pop, pop, pop." Like, come on. He did not value his life at all. That just pissed me off. He really did not value his life. Like, what?
It sounded like balloons popping. And I'm like, and I ran over and I see this blood gush. I didn't see Emmett at this point because Emmett was kind of like on his, like this. And I didn't know what was going on. And I just see all this blood gushing down his rough face. So I went over and I covered. He had this wound on his top of his head, and I'm covering, and I'm calling 911. And then I'm like, "Rob," and I'm screaming in his ear, "Stop, stop." And then I took my hand off of him after I was talking to 911, and then I ran over to see what was wrong with him, like what was going on. And I think he had a shot here because he had stuff on the ground, and he had water like coming out of his nose.
Ew.
And then I just freaked, and then I look up and Rod's standing up, and I was like, "Oh my God, get down, get down." And he's walking towards me like in a daze, like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And then there was a gun over by Rob, and I like not by him, but like over to the.
I'm sorry. You see how she like had to pause and really think about what she had to say? It was like she was trying to figure out what part of the story she rehearsed, where she's at, and she forgot. Cause like, I don't like that. I feel like she did that, and she said specifically, "Oh, the gun was by Rob," cause she's trying to pin it on the husband, cause she don't like him. She want to get him out of here, bro. She was cheating on that man. She don't care about that man.
Side when he was walking to me, they're in like right in the center, and he went down to grab it, and I go, no, 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 and I grabbed it from him, and then he's walking after me, and I'm holding on to him like this. I'm like, no, 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 and I tossed the gun like this, like no, and then he collapsed where we ended, where the paramedics got him. That's where we ended, and I shoved the gun. I just threw it like in the street, like in the middle of the street, like just to get away. Yep. And that's exactly what happened, and then I just freaked out. I didn't know what to do.
Are we believing her? Like, I feel like she's just very on about this gun being tossed. Like, she tossed it. The reason why she had it was because she was trying to get it away from Rob. Like, she tossed it. She tossed it. She didn't shoot it. No, 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 no. She tossed it. Like, I feel like she's dragging it right now. Like, I don't know. There's definitely something about it. And I feel like it makes sense because for her to be, like, trying to make up an excuse for why she had it, if she did end up shooting one of them, because she already knows. She's an not investigator. She in the crime scene. So she knows her fingerprints are on that gun, and they gonna know that for sure. So she has to make up an excuse if she did, in fact, shoot one of them. And I feel like that's what she's doing right now. Especially the way she's stumbling upon her words and stuff. Girl, please.
Claims to have handled the firearm after it had been fired, which would have explained why her fingerprints had been found on the weapon. The problem is, how did two men get shot with the same gun? Candy has already lied about having an affair with Emmett, so detectives are concerned she's lying about the gun.
Anyways, I just grabbed the gun and I'm walking with him like. What?
So did you pick up the gun?
I did.
Okay, so you carried the gun for a distance.
Yeah, and I pushed it over to and I just I kind of went like this, and I just put it in the middle of the street because I didn't know, was he going for the gun? Was he going for something? I don't know. I have no idea. He was.
You heard pop, pop, pop? Like
yep.
A pause?
Yep.
Okay. Like how long of a pause? And those are time questions can be tough, but.
Seconds.
Okay, but a definite pause?
Yeah, it was pop, pop, pop. There's nothing going on. He was here. I was here. It's not uncommon how late he's there. He has 5 children at home, and in fact, he was getting Dayquil or something to that nature. And
no, bro. Wait, bro. Am I bugging? Did she not say that she lied? Who she was hanging out with to her daughter? She drove there to the Walmart, got out of her car, went to Mr. Man, Emmett's car, right? They were driving around. She even admitted that when the husband called and asked about it, that they were together. But she's saying, oh, like, it's common that he's gonna be there, like, as if he just happened to just be at Walmart. Like, what is she? Oh, you know what it is? She probably think they don't know about the affair. Okay, you see it? That's what it is. They don't know about the affair, and she's trying to lie about the affair. Okay. And she's trying to make it seem like he was just there. Okay. I confused myself. It's making sense now. It's making sense.
Effing hit me? You gonna effing hit me, Rob? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna effing hit me? And Rob's like, I'm not gonna hit you. And it goes,
he pulled out a blicky instead.
I'm not gonna hit you. I just want to know what is going. And he goes, Emmett goes, because you're a jerk. That's why you're a jerk. So, I mean, he was in his face.
Emmett's in Rob's face.
Mm-hmm. And Rob's like, hey, you know what? I want to know why you were with my wife. And I said, Robert. And I looked at him, I go, Rob, I'm an adult here. I can be with who I want to be with.
Oh, well, excuse me.
A stranger or anything like that. And he's like, you don't want to do that, Rob. You don't want to get in my face. You don't want to do that. I'll break your head. Sorry. That's what he was. The last thing I do know is, that's when I said, look, enough. I need to go. Hannah called. I need to go. You guys, Emmett, get back in your truck. I told him, Emmett, get back in your truck. Go. Rob, come with me. We need to go home. Okay, I gotta go. Hannah called me. I gotta go. And I turned around to walk to my car, and that's when I heard it.
Before the detectives figure out how the two men were shot, they want to focus on Candy and Emmett's relationship.
I don't know.
As I said before, the police found emails and text messages between them, saying that they were involved in a very serious relationship.
Right.
Are you and Emmett involved in a romantic relationship?
No.
Have you ever been with Emmett?
No.
Have you been sexual with Emmett?
No. When the
Girl.
officers were coming up and everything was going on so much, I did not tell them that I had picked the gun up and put it in the, just put it away, just scooted away because I didn't know what he was doing. I go, no, and I picked it up and I.
Oh, she's standing
scooted
up.
it
She's
in
serious.
in the street.
So your fingerprints will be on it?
Yes, they will.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Okay, so we'll probably need to get your fingerprints.
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked for Ada County prosecutors, so they took my fingerprints.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're in the same database.
Okay.
We'll work through that. Was it truly coincidental that Emmett was going to Walgreens at the same time that you were going to be there, or was
Right,
it,
like.
you guys were going to meet and talk?
Purely coincidental.
All right. In Rob's eyes, did this certainly look bad, finding you and Emmett together?
Yes.
You come home, you have a shot at tequila, this is your Friday, but Rob's there.
Yep.
You guys have some discussion
Yes.
that doesn't go well?
He's like, yeah, well, you haven't been wanting to talk to me. Every day you come home, you're tired, this and that. And I'm like, I am. Candy, why don't you just tell me you're having an
Uh-oh, hold on.
affair? I said, I'm not having an affair. I don't know what you want me to say. And he said, I don't believe you. I truly think that you are involved with Emmett. I said, I'm not. I know you think that because the way that we communicate with cases, text, on the phone, everything, I get that. The fact of the matter is I'm not.
Help me understand. I mean,
Sure.
You must be really emotionally attached to Emmett.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think I am.
I'm just trying to understand the dynamics.
Sure.
Of
No,
what
I
led-
think I am I think I'm very attracted to him, and in the sense of emotional, yeah, because it's
Hold on.
one
Wait.
of those things he picked.
Wait, is she talking about Emmett or is she talking about her husband? Because if she's talking about Emmett, yo, that's crazy. That's all you need is that emotional connection. Like, hello?
Me up, and boost my ego or whatever. I don't know, confidence. I want to say not ego, but confidence. And I think it was at a point where I started really feeling happy the last 6 months and better about myself. My parents saw it in me. I mean, I'm not so codependent where I'm so scared to be by myself or anything like that. I'm fine.
Could
Yeah,
that be
'cause
the
he was
standoffishness
cheating.
Rob's been seeing in you?
Yes.
The male side, when a husband asks the wife, are you having an affair? Well, he's thinking sex, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, no, actually, Rob even said it's emotional, isn't it, Candy? And I said, it is. I admitted to him that I was to Emmett.
Well, the first thing is collect gunshot residue, see if there's any gunshot residue from your hands.
Okay.
So we have a kit for that.
All right.
We're going to collect your clothes because they have blood on them, and that'll maybe help piece the puzzle together.
Sure.
You might have a little bit on your face.
Probably, yeah.
No, don't touch anymore.
Oh, sorry.
We might swab a couple spots there.
That's fine.
And kind of treat you as a mini crime scene.
The officer does a gunshot residue test on Candy's hands to see if she pulled the trigger. What he finds strange is that the firearm that was used belongs to Candy. Why would a deputy use his wife's gun when he had access to his own higher caliber firearms?
I wish I knew.
Wait, actually.
What happened? I just want to know. I just want to know. I mean, there wasn't even any fighting. There was no punching. There was nothing. God.
Oh, I was going to ask you, the gun that you picked up and moved,
Yes.
do you recognize that gun?
No, I don't.
Ever seen it before in your life?
No, I didn't have a chance to even look at it. I just know it was little.
And
all I know.
did we cover where you thought that came from?
No. I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know how that got introduced into the equation tonight?
I have no idea.
Okay.
The results would come back negative. However, This was not definitive evidence that Candy wasn't the shooter. Gunshot residue can be removed by washing or wiping hands, sweating,
Right.
rubbing hands together, and even passing time. Some firearms, especially small caliber weapons, like the one found at the crime scene, produce very little residue. Despite her many contradictions and lies, Candy was released, but she wouldn't stay free for very long. Meanwhile, Robert was finally released from the hospital after recovering from his gunshot wound, and he would be interviewed by a detective.
But yeah, she did that. Like, come on. You saw all the movement with the hands, the rubbing her hair. She definitely sweating because she's thinking on her feet. She's trying to make it seem like she was crying. There's probably tears that was in her hand. She definitely either washed her hands or that residue got worn off. No one could tell me otherwise.
One of our officers initially about this, but since you got released, I wanted to, talk to you about what happened, what led up to all this. I mean, how we ended up here today.
I haven't, since I've been in the hospital, I haven't been able to call my daughters or my parents or my wife or anybody.
Okay.
I have no idea
That's why we came in today to, try and talk to you and get your side of this.
Yeah, I better talk to an attorney first, though.
Okay. From here, we'll just have the officers that brought you here just transport you over to the county jail. They'll book you in there.
Robert refused to talk to the police, so he would be arrested and charged with murder. A shotgun residue test had been done on Robert while he was in the hospital, and it came back positive.
Ooh.
This led investigators to believe that Robert was the shooter, but they still had to answer one haunting question.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm acting shocked. Like, that definitely checks out. But did they do that while he was like not awake, like the residue thing? And then if so, did they need his consent to do it like how they did it with the wife? Or if he's like automatically deemed like a murder suspect, then he has to do it no choice. I don't know.
Was Robert shot during a struggle for the weapon, or did he turn the gun on himself after Emmett went down? Ballistics would show that the firearm was at least 3 feet away from Emmett when he was shot, so it wasn't likely to have gone off during a struggle. If we are to believe Candy, to this day, only Robert knows the answer to that question. Robert would be convicted of second-degree murder, and he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Candy was not charged in relation to this case. However, a year later, she would be sentenced to 2 years in prison for grand theft. Candy was accused of stealing over $30,000 from a former law firm where she worked. After serving her 2-year prison sentence, Candy remained on probation for 12 more years.
You had an affair with her husband, and he wound up getting murdered, but you seem highly offended by this whole thing. And
look, I understand, and I am
Not the Dr. Phil
so sorry about everything. I understand how.
Have you told the truth through all of this?
The truth of what I know, yes.
Did the judge say you were a liar?
Yes.
Did he say you were the biggest liar he had ever heard since he had been on the bench?
Yes. And he
No.
was saying that in the 32 years
Why are you
that he
playing
was
in her
on the
face?
bench, he has never heard anybody change their story as much.
Did she change
Oh,
her
that's what
story?
I'm saying.
From what I could tell.
Was there one story
Who's that, the
where
wife? The other wife?
she saw what happened and another story where she didn't see what happened?
Yes.
There are many theories as to what really
Right.
happened, and I would love to hear yours. What do you think happened? Was Candy involved? Did she intentionally plan on having her two lovers meet at the same place? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Well, I'm gonna share my thoughts right now. You know what I think happened? Boom. Cause that guys, we gotta remember that gun was Cammy's gun. It was the wife's gun. It was hers. Okay, so she was holding it. She was plotting from day one. She was plotting. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She said she didn't have the gun. She didn't know who gun it was. It was hers, so she knew it was hers. It was registered in her name. I feel like, you know, she knew her and her husband had an argument, da-da-da. She was like, I'm fed up, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be with him anymore. But for whatever reason, I don't know why she didn't want to take the legal route, considering she is in that field, and just, you know, divorce him. But she wanted to take the violent route, but she didn't want it. She didn't want to do it herself. So she got her big, strong man, Mr. Emmett, who she's cheating on him with. I'm like, you know what? You could do it for me. Because you hate the man just as much as I hate the man. And you know what? Together we could cover this up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think happened. Mr. Emmett, he was playing with his life. I'm not getting into that. He really was playing with his life. He was asking to get shot. Wait, what? Wait. Wait. What if it was the husband that took Kimmy's gun and was like, nah, you're talking crazy, so I'm gonna shoot you. Cause you were just talking crazy and you're playing in my face. And he was threatening. He was threatening him. So maybe that's what it was. He took the gun, he was like, you can't block this bullet. You can't dodge this bullet. Boom. Shot him. And he probably was like, okay, well, I don't really want to go to jail. So let me make it seem like if like he shot me kind of thing. That would be crazy. I don't know. That would be crazy. Mm-mm.